And we're live.
Take your frequency up, and we ain't looking down. We up, they looking now. Here, look, see what we found. We just adjust the crown, and we in love with sounds. They get my mood a bounce. Energy move around, move it now.
Cleansing the space. Welcome, welcome.
I just give it all and play my part. I'm just giving y'all this from the heart.
Clearing the energy, because we're going to be talking about chakras today. Welcome to Energy Reset Tuesdays. Take a deep breath. Take another deep breath. Let's get it. Perfect. Love this track. You see, we celebrating. Love this track. It's called Take Your Frequency Up by Mellow Will. Be higher with me. Such a great track. Alrighty. So welcome to Energy Reset Tuesdays. So I've been doing these actually weekly. Originally I was doing them on Mondays, but then we switched it up, did it on Tuesdays, and I did come up live last week, but it was a total flop. I was trying to do the streaming thing where you go on you're able to go live here and then on Facebook and multiple platforms, but I went live last week and I felt so bad because I literally couldn't see anyone's comments, anyone's likes. It literally was I was talking to myself. So if you were here last week, I apologize. This time we're going to do a little bit different. Hello, Zen Interiors. Welcome. And today's topic is really going to be, or the whole point really with Energy Reset Tuesdays, is for my spiritual entrepreneurs and my creatives out there. We're always giving all the time, creating and putting all this amazing stuff out there that it's just nice to kind of take a moment and kind of just receive as well. And really the whole point of it is that I want to give you guys tools that you can literally utilize yourself to overcome different things that you're going to encounter on your journey, whether it's doubt, whether it's fear of showing up, whether it's just having that creative block. And that's what these tools are for. Some of the things that I've been doing, that we do in this every week is we did a body scan meditation to really help ground our energy. Last week we did the 4 Thumps by Donna Eden, which is something that's super easy, literally takes less than 5 minutes, which is tapping on certain points. And I actually posted that on my Instagram. So if you didn't, because it was totally a learning curve last week with the streaming. I didn't, or not me, but the site that I was streaming from didn't save my live. And I was so sad. I was like, oh my God. It just wasn't going my way, but it's okay. We show up anyways. And if anything, the error, whatever, was redirection, because I ended up creating a reel for it. So if you want to check out that reel, I highly suggest it because, like I said, it literally takes less than 5 minutes to do. You could do it while you're in your car. You can do it when you're at the gym. You can do it whenever. And it's a quick energetic reset that you'll literally feel the shift, which is really, really cool. And so today, or these next couple weeks, I'm really going to be focusing on chakras because I just think that our body is freaking amazing. I'm obsessed with learning about the human body and how our mind works and all that kind of stuff, and the mind-body connection, and that we're more than just skin and bones, right? So I think for such a long time, we've just learned, when we're in school, we just learn about, the bones, the muscular system and stuff like that. And it doesn't really sound like our bodies are really that cool in school. It's just kind of it is what it is. And then you go about life and that's it. You go to work, you go to school, you go to college, and that's kind of it, right? But our bodies are actually much more fascinating and magical. And like when you know how to utilize it, like you're literally like a superhuman. Like we all are. We all have the potential to access that. It's just that you just have to learn how. And that's why I'm here. That's why I'm creating these little mini series for you guys, because it's for you to have just a deeper understanding on this amazing vessel that you have and how to use it to the best of your ability for your unique, life. And so yeah, so I know with energy, sometimes it can be like a touchy subject for people, like because it's like the unseen, right? You don't necessarily see it, so sometimes people feel like it's woo woo, and it's like, because it's not, or that it's like taboo and stuff like that. And that's why I'm here to like help you realize that it's the energetic body, like our energetic system, is just as natural as the muscular system, as our bones are here in the physical, right? And just because you don't see it doesn't mean that it doesn't exist. And so, like, for example, let me just ask you, like, and let me know if you have heard of chakras before, if you've worked with them before. Let me know in the comments. I would love to know if it's something that you're familiar with, or maybe you've heard about it, but you don't really know, like, the root chakra, for example, which is going to be our focus today. Like, what is really the importance of it? Why should you even know what it is? So definitely let me know, because it helps me know what to talk about. But yeah, like, just because you don't see it doesn't mean that it's not important and that it's not significant or crucial to our life. Like, for example, it's about understanding that everything is energy. I'm energy. This is energy, even though it's an energy drink, but this physical thing is energy. This iPad is energy. It's energy that's constantly moving. Nothing is truly solid. It looks like a solid and may feel like a solid to us just because things are moving in a very rapid pace. But when you understand that everything is energy, having that understanding just it expands your mind so much more. Because, for example, like Wi-Fi, right? Wi-Fi, electricity, you don't really see it, right? But you know that it exists. You know that if I make a phone call or whatever on my phone, that it's gonna call whomever miles and miles away. Like, you don't necessarily see like the electricity popping out of your phone, connecting to the other person, but you know that it's there. You know that it exists, right? Like when you turn on your laptop, you know that there's Wi-Fi around that's helping that function, right? Connecting to the internet and stuff like that. So that's just me trying to help you understand that, like, just because you don't see it doesn't mean that it's not important. And it could be super trippy. It could be super trippy to like realize this connection that like the human body, the human vessel is an electromagnetic vessel, like meaning that we actually generate electricity, like we have energy. You maybe feel like, and you've probably have sensed it before, but never really like paid close attention to it. Like, sometimes when you go into a room, you can feel the energy of the room, right? Like if there's tension, you're like, ooh, you can really feel like there's something going on there. That's because the people in that room or whomever is having a conversation is emitting electricity, is emitting electricity. And that's why you can sense that, because we all have a field of energy around us, which is pretty fascinating when you start to really think about the body like that. And so when it comes to, I want you to understand that part right there, to understand that we are an electromagnetic vessel. And because of that, we also have energy centers, which are called chakras. And chakras basically are concentrated energy centers on our vessel. So they're basically like mini vortexes, is like how I like to think about it. And they basically we have 7 of them. So we have the root, the sacral, the solar, the heart, the throat chakra, the third eye, and then the crown. And what the chakras do, their importance, like why even care about this at all, right? And it's because our chakras, they actually store our life experiences, like any life events, any emotions, any traumas that you've experienced in your life, creates an imprint in your energetic field. Okay, it's kind of like like fossils, like a print, right? Well, our life events, our emotions, and our traumas leave an energetic imprint in our energy field, and that is stored in the chakra system. And so if you are experiencing, or if you have experienced a negative experience, let me see how many times I say that, it creates an imbalance in your body. And so when you have an imbalance in your body, that's when things are just not in harmony and things are not functioning properly and stuff like that. And then that's when certain things can come up in your life. Like you may have certain physical ailments, or an emotional trigger of something that maybe is from the past, but it's because you haven't truly processed something. So when something is imprinted in your energetic field, that means that you haven't fully processed that life event fully. It was interrupted at some point in time that left, because at the end of the day, like our body keeps score. There's actually a book, which I'm actually surprised I've never read this book before, but there is a book called The Body Keeps Score. The book that I have read actually is called The Emotion Code, which is highly suggest. It has some amazing stories in here about trapped emotions in our body, and how it's actually like an invisible like epidemic that we don't realize just because it's the unseen, people tend to not pay too much attention to it. But when you understand how trapped emotions affects your everyday life, then you're going to want to pay attention to it. And so that's why we're talking about that today. And so the reason why it's so important to know about this type of stuff is because when you have a healthy body, right, a healthy vessel, well, a healthy vessel equals happiness. A healthy vessel equals wealth. A healthy vessel equals love. A healthy vessel equals creative flow. A healthy vessel just means that you're thriving. When you have an optimal vessel and it's functioning properly, and all the systems are in harmony with each other, well, you can end up tackling like your challenges or any obstacle with so much more courage and confidence and conviction in yourself, like that that you can get through this because of all that. And when you neglect it, that's when a lot of life situations happen. And so that's why today we're going to be talking about the root chakra. And definitely let me know if you guys have heard of chakras before, if you've heard of your root chakra, if you even know what that is. Like, definitely let me know. Hello. And so with the root chakra, what I really want to talk about here, and let me just pull this up real quick. And so the root chakra is associated with the color red. And so when you have an imbalanced root chakra, and just so you guys know what we're going to end up doing, I just want to kind of go over, like, how do you know if you have an imbalanced root chakra, first of all? Like, what are the signs and how does that show up in your life, either physically or like what type of life challenges could you be going through that is associated with the root chakra? And this will help you kind of like have some clarity, like in a sense of direction to go to. Like, that's why I really love the energetic system, because it goes beyond conventional medicine. It's kind of is really honing in on like the root cause of things. And a lot of times, like, the things that come up in our life is because there's an emotional attachment to something that has happened in the past that we haven't fully let go of, that we haven't fully released. And so it's just existing there, and it's causing certain things in our current life. And a lot of times when we don't pay attention, when we don't, because I feel like a lot of people, and I know this has happened for me as well, is that we have a tendency to like not face our emotions, not be honest about our emotions, and we have a tendency to suppress, and we think that suppressing is the easy way out, when it's causing like a domino effect of issues in your life that you don't even realize, that you're not even like really conscious about. And that's why I've created Energy Reset Tuesdays, because I really want to bring awareness to that, because I'm so big on, releasing your emotions. I'm so big on feeling. Like, it's okay to feel. And I feel like a lot of us are afraid to feel. Like, we don't want to be sad. We don't want to be upset. We don't want to be, whatever emotion it is that you have. But if you don't allow them to be released, you're just suppressing them, right? And if you suppress them, well, they don't just disappear. They're existing. You may not see it, but they're existing in your energetic field that is eventually going to cause other things until you pay attention. And that's what I always say. Like, a lot of times when you have a physical ailment, right? Like a physical issue, like you're a cold, or even something more serious like diabetes or something like that, that is not just because, you've been eating incorrectly. Like, yes, that helps, but there's also a deeper layer to that, which is a suppressed emotion that you haven't dealt with, or a suppressed experience that you haven't fully processed, and your body is still attached and still living in the past. And that's why your body's like your body's always talking to you. Like, that's it's just so amazing. I guess so like passionate about it, but your body like literally talks to you all the time if you just pay attention. And that's why it's so important to come back to the present moment. That's why it's so important to ground ourselves, ground our energy, so that we can pay attention, so that we can listen. I actually made because I've been doing these weekly, like I've been saying, and I do have a video, and definitely let me know. I think I'm going to post it on my YouTube, because I have it in a private Facebook group right now, but it's a body scan meditation. And the body scan meditation basically is for you to come back to your body and to just pay attention, because when you're not paying attention, that's where like so many things start to happen in your life. So many ailments start to come up, and you're like, I don't even know where this even came from. And a lot of times it's because there's something that you're not moving through. And so I did a body scan meditation. So definitely let me know. I forgot how long it is. I think it's like 15 minutes or something like that. But definitely worth doing to help ground your energy, especially with spiritual entrepreneurs and creatives out there. Like, we're always doing, we could forget to like slow down sometimes. And trust me, like, life will catch up to you. Like, if you don't slow down, like, life will make you slow down. And so it's about getting ahead of the game and learning to do like these preventative things that will help you just become even a better spiritual entrepreneur, become a better creative in the world, and just be a better human at the end of the day. And so, I was saying, like, our focus today is on the root chakra. And then I'm going to take you guys through an EFT tapping. Like, I'm obsessed with EFT tapping. It has helped me through, I've been doing this for 10 years now? It's pretty crazy. It all started, my journey with all of this started when I was like a personal trainer. I used to do personal training, went to school, studied sports medicine, did all that. And that's kind of was like my journey of like self-love and like self-discovery, and kind of just understanding myself and why I was doing these things that, certain things that was like hurting myself, and like, just drinking like chaotically back in the day, being a college student and everything like that. But I started this journey to really like stand up for myself, because I used to struggle a lot with my confidence, and I used to struggle a lot with speaking up and like I used to live my life by other people's means, if you kind of understand. Like, you know, whatever other people told me what to do or what I should do, that's kind of how I lived my life. And I ended up being extremely unhappy. And I have a story about all of that actually on my podcast, Flip the Script. If you would like to hear it, definitely let me know. But of my whole like spiritual awakening and what led me on this whole journey. And yeah, so yeah, I've been doing this work for like 10 years, and EFT tapping in the beginning was huge, which is basically you're tapping on specific energy points throughout your body. Because again, our body is an electromagnetic vessel. You got to understand, like, everything is energy. Like, we literally emit energy. Like, so many, you know, like when you watch a video, like you can feel the energy of the person. Especially if you pay attention to it, right? I know, like, I've done so many, like Reiki videos and stuff like that. And people have made so many comments on how it's helped them and how they felt more grounded, and they could just feel like the love from my energy and stuff like that. So energy is very, very real. And when you learn how to like use it and learn how to like implement it and like really take advantage of this superhuman vessel that you have, like, man, you become unstoppable. You become confident. You can just literally like conquer the world. Not literally, but you know what I mean. So I wanted to talk about the root chakra. Oh yeah, I think I got a little sidetracked. So I'm going to be doing the EFT tapping on financial blockages, which is associated with the root chakra. And like I said, I used to do EFT tapping, and I still do it. I did it literally yesterday, because it's one of the tools. I've tried so many things. Like I said, I've been in this like for 10 years. I've seen things evolve. I see things not work and all these type of stuff. And EFT tapping has always been like my go-to to like really shift the energy, especially when the emotion is just so heavy, especially when like that trigger is deep, and like just doing a meditation just may not quite hit the spot. EFT tapping every time is going to be the one that's going to be able to shift that energy for you. So yeah, we'll get to that in just a little bit. But back to the root chakra. So like I was saying, right? Energy centers. We all have energy centers on our vessel. And these chakras are literally like mini vortexes of energy, right? The crown, the third eye, the throat, the heart, the solar, the sacral, and then the root. The root is where this is where you ground yourself. So if you're a person that you're airy and your ideas are all over the place, and you're like literally feeling like you're all over the place and overwhelmed and overthinking, and you can't just like sit down, then you probably have an unbalanced root chakra. And you need to ground yourself. And grounding yourself is very, very important, because when you ground yourself, that's where clarity comes through. That's where ideas come through. That's how your creative juices come through, when you're grounded. But when you're literally like all over the place, it's much harder. So the root chakra represents, obviously, grounding yourself. It's kind of like where your primal instincts are as well. This is also represents your survival needs, your basic needs, safety, security, stability. So as you can see, a lot of this is going to be related to money. Excuse me. As I move the energy around. And so that's what the root chakra represents. The root chakra is also, what's really cool about the whole chakra system is that it's not just a vortex of energy, like it's also associated and connected with different organs of your body as well. So if you are having an issue in any of these areas, it's more than likely associated with the root chakra, and now you have a starting point for yourself. So the root chakra is associated with your bladder, with your colon, with your lower back, your feet, and legs. So again, if you have any issues in those areas, then it's most likely related to the root chakra, and there's something there that needs to be worked through, and a great starting point. That's why I love the chakra system, because it really gives you like a sense of direction. And if you do have an unbalanced root chakra, other things that can show up, so other signs is like what I already said, is feeling ungrounded, spacey, negative self-talk, right? Having this like pretty much acting out of fear all the time. You're always living in survival mode. So probably your nervous system is like out of whack. You don't know how to like really relax yourself. You don't like being alone or whatever. You're always having to be with people. You can also feel just really disconnected with yourself. You're always on this constantly worrying all the time. Those are definitely signs of having an unbalanced root chakra. And then some physical stuff to go a little bit deeper on that is, like I said, having issues with your legs and your feet, having any like constipation, any UTIs, just feeling like super fatigued and sluggish, having any knee pains, and like I said, lower back issues are other things that would be associated with the root chakra. So definitely something to look at. And then life challenges that you may be facing when you have an unbalanced root chakra. Like I said, a lot of it is associated with your finances. So if you're like a starving artist, right, you more than likely are going to have an unbalanced root chakra, because you're in this mindset of like, which I think that mindset needs to be corrected. You do not have to be a starving artist to be great. Like that whole idea has to be removed from the collective, because no, that is not 2024. 2024 is about thriving artists, not starving artists. And yeah, so common life challenges is financial problems. So if you're having any financial issues, late on your bills, late on your rent, what else? Or just having like, not being able to find a job that pays well and stuff like that. What you have to understand is like what happens internally is also reflected out. Okay. Like everything is interconnected. And when you truly understand this, like it's pretty trippy. It's pretty mind blowing. And you may have a moment of a spiritual awakening just by realizing all of that. But yeah, so any life challenges, because it's the external, it's a reflection of what's happening inside. So if you notice that you're having any of those type of issues, then more than likely there's a root chakra imbalance happening. Maybe you're a huge procrastinator. Like you don't take action on certain things that you say you're going to do. You make all these promises, but you don't fulfill them. Yeah, lack of self-trust, that is the root chakra. Being stubborn, like being super stubborn and afraid of change or not wanting to change certain things, that is also a sign of an imbalanced or unbalanced root chakra. Also trying to like escape reality, meaning like you're more up here and you're not in the 3D. Like you'd rather, this is more associated like with spiritual entrepreneurs and spiritual healers that are pretty tapped in to the spiritual world and the spiritual side of things. Sometimes we like to be connected a little bit up there for too long, and we don't face life. And so it's important to also live in the 3D, because this is where we are. This is the path that we chose. This is our purpose here, is to be the cycle breakers and to be the change that the world needs. So it's important for us to ground ourselves and be here in the present moment. So definitely if you struggle with being in the present moment, you're over here and you're over here and you're doing this and doing this, then you have an unbalanced root chakra. And so those would be some things to kind of like just have an idea of like, what does it mean to have a blocked chakra? Okay. And so what we're going to go through today is, and there's different oh my gosh, there's many ways to, work with the root chakra. EFT tapping is just one of many. You could definitely do energy work, which is stuff that I've done before. I am a Reiki healer. And you can either do energy work, you can work through with journaling, you could do there's other types of energy healing modalities as well. Like even sound healing is really good for bringing more harmony to your chakras and really like bringing that stuff out. And also just doing shadow work. Shadow work is a big one when it comes to releasing those trapped emotions. And it's just remember that when you're ever doing these type of things, that it's just about having compassion with yourself. Just have a little bit of understanding that, hey, life happens to all of us. First of all, don't even feel bad if you like resonated with a lot of those, because honestly, like we've all gone through shit. We all have gone through our experiences in life, and it's like the quicker that you have awareness around that to not feel bad, like the quicker that you're going to be able to move through it. And when you move through it, your life is going to be so much better. And yes, in the beginning it is a little bit tougher, but if you live with it, if you live with the suppressed emotion, life is going to be tough anyways. In fact, it's going to be even tougher, because now you're going to have so many more things that you're going to have to work through, just because you chose and you made a decision to not look at those emotions that you've have suppressed for so many years. Because like I said, those things that I just mentioned, the life challenges and the physical ailments, like those things, they don't just appear like this. Like it's not like the next day it just happens. Like it happens in your physical reality because of months or years of something that has occurred that you did not look at. And you have to like be able to take inner responsibility and also inner accountability for those things. And I think a lot of us like to point the finger at other people. Oh, it's their fault, it's the government, it's my parents, it's my boyfriend, it's my all these people. Like pointing the finger and complaining is just going to get you more stuck. It's going to just get you you're just reinforcing the trapped emotions at that point. So the quicker that you face it, the better for yourself, the better life experiences you're going to have, because then you're vibrating in a different energy at that point. Because imagine like you go through life and you're just holding on to all this gunk, all this baggage in you because you chose to not look at it. And trust me, I know that there's things that we go through that is fucking rough, okay? Like I've been through the ringer. Like if you guys, I've shared my stories here once in a while. I'm definitely going to share more deeper things that has happened in my life that I've gone through on my podcast, Flip the Script. But I already started sharing a little bit. So again, if you want to catch that, it's I already released 3 episodes. It's called Flip the Script, and it's already on Spotify and Apple Music, or Apple Podcasts, not Apple Music. And it's also on my YouTube as well. So if you want the link to that, let me know. But yeah, like we've all gone through it, but we're adults now, right? And so now that we're adults, we have the capability to take action and to heal through these things. Because when we heal through these things, we become a better version, not just for ourselves, but for society, for the collective. Like we all impact each other. But when we don't work through our shit, then guess what? We put that energy out there, and then we affect somebody else, and then it just becomes this domino effect. So it's about learning to, like I said, take inner accountability for ourselves, inner responsibility that some of the things that has happened in our life, we're a part of that problem. And I know it could be a hard pill to swallow. Trust me, like I've had my moments where I'm like, damn, I did create that in my life. Damn, like, oh man, like some, but it happens. It's part of your experience for a reason, and then it's about learning through it, like learn from the experience, take it as an opportunity of growth, and then move past it. Or use it, like turn it to something purposeful at that point. which is pretty much what I end up doing. Like everything that I go through, I turn it into gold. I don't allow it to like just sit there. And so what we're going to do is we're going to do some EFT tapping. Like I was mentioning, EFT tapping is one of my favorite like modalities to use because it's quick. It really shifts the energy. The reason why I love it is because when you do EFT tapping, which is tapping on the points, right? This is the top of the head, the eyebrow, the side of the eye, under the nose, under the chin, on the collarbone, and then under the arm. These are the points that we'll be tapping here in just a second. And the reason why I love it is because we face the emotion. Okay, we look at the emotion, we acknowledge that it exists, because if we don't acknowledge it, then it's gonna live inside you for a very long time until you gotta process the emotion. If the emotion or the event or experience that you've gone through wasn't fully processed, it's still living within you. Okay, and so a good book to read to kind of understand that a little bit better is The Emotion Code. This book is amazing. There's this one. I know there's another one called, what is it called? The Body Keeps Score. That's another great one to read when it comes to just how your body how trapped emotions exist in our bodies, and how it affects us, how it affects our everyday life, our life challenges that we may face. Again, it's a reflection of what's going on internally. And so what I like about EFT tapping is that, oh, hey girl, how are you? What I love about EFT tapping is that we face the emotion that we're going through. We acknowledge it. We say, okay, it's okay that you are here right now. I see you. And then we bring in the positive affirmations and we transmute it with love, okay? And because again, this process, like when it comes to dealing with trapped emotions, is not about suppressing more. It's not about being mean to yourself and like being upset that you feel a certain way. It's about learning to give yourself self-compassion and love for whatever it is that you're feeling in the moment, and then helping yourself move through it. So that's why I love EFT tapping. So today, the EFT tapping that we're going to be doing is going to be about overcoming financial blocks. So definitely get comfortable. You could just be seated. You want to be seated for sure for this. And then you may want to get a glass of water. So go ahead and get a glass of water. Gonna do a little bit of this, and then we'll start the tapping. Super excited about this one. I feel like with inflation and everything, this one's a good one for everybody. Because it is crazy out there. Alrighty. So go ahead and take a deep breath. Perfect. All right. So what you're going to do, you're just going to follow me, and we're going to first start with the karate chop, which is right here. And you're going to just tap. You don't have to like tap super hard. Just go ahead and tap. And I'm going to say a phrase, and then you're going to repeat it after me. And then that's how we're going to go through the whole thing. All right. So the first thing is the karate chop. So even though I have these financial blocks, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Even though I feel insecure about my finances, I choose to release this fear now. Even though I worry about money, I am open to feeling safe and secure. Even though I have these financial blocks, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Perfect. All right, so now we're going to start the full round. So this is going to be round 1, and this is where we're going to see the emotion, the negative emotion, okay? So starting with the eyebrow points, I feel this financial insecurity. I am worried about my financial situation. This fear of not having enough. I feel stuck in my financial life. I don't feel grounded or secure. All this stress, all this financial stress. And then under the arm, I'm afraid I won't have enough money. I feel so insecure about my finances. Perfect. Now we're going to go into round 2. So as you can see, round 1 is being honest. You want to be honest about how you're feeling. And so now we're going to go into round 2 of acknowledging this fear. I acknowledge these financial fears. I honor my feelings of insecurity. It's okay to feel this way right now. I choose to release this financial stress. I am open to feeling safe and secure. I am letting go of my financial fears. And so we're just going through the EFT tapping points. I am open to new financial opportunities. I am open to new financial opportunities. Perfect. So number 2 was all about you're acknowledging the fear of your finances, and now you're starting to lead into the positivity. Okay, this is where you start to transmute that fear. So round 1 was all about being honest with however the heck you're feeling and letting that just show up for itself. And then round 2 was all about acknowledging it, saying to yourself like, okay, it's okay that I feel this way. Right? Not giving that fear any energy. Because the moment that you give it energy and the moment that you start to judge it, that's when it has control over you and control over your actions and stuff like that. So this is about taking back your control and stepping into your power. And so now round 3, we're going to start tapping into basically transmuting that fear into light, into love. So round 3. So start with the eyebrow points, and you can start here as well. It's okay if you didn't do round 1 or round 2 just yet. I am choosing to feel grounded and secure. I trust that I am supported. And you want to just repeat this after me. I am releasing my fear about money. I choose to feel safe and secure. I am open to financial abundance. I am grounded. I am stable. I trust in the flow of financial abundance. I am safe. I am secure. I am financially abundant. Perfect. And now we're going to go and wrap it up. And we're going to go with the karate chop. And you're just going to repeat after me. Even though I had these financial blocks. I choose to feel safe. I choose to feel secure. I choose to feel open to abundance now. I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Perfect. And now take a deep breath in and out. Awesome. So yeah, so that was a round of EFT tapping. Like I was saying, like it's literally helped me in so many different things I've been going through in my life. You know, ever since I started this journey 10 years ago. Crazy. When it all started with just self-love and truly doing this EFT tapping, like just being able to be honest with how you truly feel, it's really game changer, because again, this is not about suppressing your emotions. The moment you suppress your emotions and you're not honest about how you're feeling, that's when you literally just gave your power away. So with EFT tapping, it's a gentle process where you get to be honest with yourself, and then at the end you pour love back into yourself, because once you release it, well, now you got all this space here, so you want to give yourself now love. And that's why I love EFT tapping. And so a beautiful grounding affirmation that you guys can take away with you for the rest of the week, it's just saying, I am grounded, I am safe, I am secure. Financial abundance flows to me easily. And you can go ahead and write this affirmation down. Say it to yourself when you wake up in the morning. Say it to yourself when you go to bed. Say it to yourself whenever you're feeling like just off, you know, especially this one specifically was about the root chakra and about overcoming financial blocks specifically. But with the root chakra, you know, if you're ever feeling just out of whack, if you're not feeling grounded, doing anything that has to do with the root chakra specifically, even just going to YouTube and looking up root chakra meditation, root chakra binaural beats, like just listening to those sounds can be very very healing and very activating to help ground yourself, especially if you feel not grounded at all, right? Especially when life just happens sometimes. And trust me, we all go through it. We all have things that come up in our life that are unexpected, uncalled for. And that's why I'm doing these Energy Reset Tuesdays, is to help bring you back to yourself, help you feel grounded, and help you just have more clarity in your life. And that way you can become unstoppable in this world and be a light that you deserve to be, to shine your light as bright as possible. and yeah, so thank you guys for showing up on here. Definitely let me know if you have any questions about the root chakra or an EFT tapping that you want specifically for anything that you're going through. I'm here to help. And so, yeah, well, I hope you guys have a good rest of your week, and see you all later. And now how do I end the live? Love it. Okay. Nope, that's not how you do it. Alrighty, bye guys.